Welcome to the ACS Learning Center video tutorials. In this tutorial, we're going to review the customer service report, the key to building customer relationships. The purpose of the AutoClore customer service report is to provide a guideline that you can follow when performing your services on the customer's dish machines as well as the AutoClore dish machines. The service report also provides a tool for merchandising the services you perform with our existing customers. This is done through high-quality service that AutoClore provides. HQS is fulfilling every promise, every commitment month in and month out, as well as merchandising your service through the service report. Submitting a service report is required on every stop. Whether on a routine service stop or responding to emergency service reports can be provided through your handhelds by filling out the service provided on the invoice or a formal customer service report that we will discuss through this tutorial. The service schedule is the key to success in maintaining consistent service. AutoClore is the only company that publicizes a standardized service schedule and tells the customer when they can expect us. The service report is a natural follow-up to the service schedule. The customer service report acts as a checklist, and it provides a means to report problem areas that are found and actions taken to correct during your service call to the customer. Also allows you to give your customer an attaboy for things they're doing correct. Upon arriving at your account, let the customer know you're there to perform your service. Ask the customer, is there anything you'd like me to take a look at while I'm here? After you have greeted the owner, the manager, and key personnel, complete your service. Follow the steps of service to ensure the best possible results. Once your service is completed, you are ready to fill out your service report. The first step is completing the customer's heading. Fill in your date and time that you arrived, the type of service that you were performing, what is the account or customer's names, the machine models that you're working on, and any other equipment that may be in the facility. As you inspect the results, machine operation, customer procedures, attention to detail on the service report adds up to getting good results. Make sure that you look at the results and you just don't assume that they are good. Don't use a check mark or an X when you're writing out the service report. Always fill it in with comments that is either good, it's great, you cleaned it, you replaced it, or it's okay. Note any corrective action in the comments or recommendations section of the service report. To assist on how to navigate this service report and gain a better understanding of each step, we're going to break it down into sections. Before running the dishwasher, while holding the fill button, closing the door and removing the chemical pump covers, during the wash cycle, during the flush cycle, during the rinse cycle, and after running the dish machine. Let's break these down and look at each section that we service. A visual check of all the dishes should be made as you're making your way to the dish machine. Before we run the dishwasher, check the dishes, the glasses, and the flatware for results. If examined previously washed glasses that are dry, hold them up to the light. If looking at glasses that were just washed, make sure that they are sheeting and look for steam. Steam can't stick to clean glasses. Operating procedures. Are they pre-soaking? Are they racking properly? Keeping round screen clean? Changing the buckets in time? Leave this area blank until the rest of the checklist is done, because by then you'll know the answer to this question. This item is near the beginning of the list because of its importance. The round screen fit, the stopper and the chain. Pull a stopper and the round screen out. Examine the round screen for being clean, not having any holes and fitting tightly in the drain casing. If it's plugged, don't just clean it. That only solves the problem for today. Take it to the customer, the manager, the owner, and show them so that they can make sure the employees keep it clean. Examine the stopper ball for a smooth finish and snug fit on the stopper tube. Blistering or rough edges are signs of failure, and the ball should be replaced. Inspect the wire bail, spacers, and extension tube and bolt. Examine the stopper chain nut for corrosion and chain links for failure at the hose collar. Remove the solenoid cover and verify correct stop bracket is installed. Check that the rubber stopper hose and canopy washer are in good shape. Look at the inside of the hood and the pan condition. Check for grease, scale, food debris, or tarnish buildup. Soil buildup inside of the machine indicates the 5 principles of cleaning are not in sync. Drill down to the solution. Check for loose or missing bolts where the hood and pan bolt together. Compression fittings and tray rail nuts. Tighten all spray compression fittings with channel lock pliers. Inspect the nuts for cracks. Check upper and lower spray arms for correct. Align jets and check for bearings for excessive play or tightness. Check that all 4 tray rail nuts are there. If any are missing, adjust the tray rail height before replacing the nuts. While holding the fill button, check your vacuum breaker. Look for leaks from the poppet, scale, or chemical buildup from air gap canister. The lower arm and the spray tee. Check the lower arm jets while filling and looking for holes in the spray tee. After filling, make sure the A5 spray baffle is pushed up as far as it'll go and angled toward the front of the drain stump. Check for the A5 chemical feeder bracket and assembly is clean and free of residue. Closing the door and removing the chemical pump covers. Fill and start button. Check that the buttons are not too tight or too loose. The chemical pumps and tubing. Check the caps, the straws, the stoppers, connectors, and tubing for signs of fatigue or an age. Tubing connections should overlap a minimum of 5/8 of an inch. Check that all 3 pumps are full of product. Check for corrosion or spilled product from the pump box. Replace squeeze tubes as indicated on your schedule. Clean and maintain the inside of the pump box. Check the peri-pump covers and housings for cracks. To test the peri-pumps, use the prime switch. If the roller always stops in the same spot, tube is ready to fail. Warm pump rollers are often a source of not dispensing issues. Check roller play every time squeeze tubes are replaced. During the wash cycle, how much detergent is being dispensed? Hold the cylinder under the detergent spout and push the start button. Measure the cc's and then pour it back into the machine. Make sure that you rinse your cylinder out after each test. The air check valve test. Again, this is a commonly misunderstood component on the machine. The air check valve prevents air from entering the wash motor, causing cavitations. Sometimes can be heard as a slurping sound at the vacuum breaker. If the air check valve is not functioning properly, you'll hear a surging in the motor. If the motor is cavitating during the wash cycle, rebuild the air check valve. Also, while running, depress and hold the fill button. There should be a short disturbance in the wash system flow and then returns to normal. If the wash pattern is noticeably improved while holding the fill button, replace the check valve diaphragm and clean the valve body seat. The motor vents and fittings. This is critical to pump life. Check all 4 motor vents. Turn the machine off before cleaning. Cleaning the vents while the motor is running may clog air passageways. During the flush cycle, the drain line and hose clear. Verify the bulk of the wash water is drained before the flush interval begins. 1 or 2 second dwell condition is ideal before the fill comes on. Drain lines should be clear and in good repair. Fresh water should flush the machine for approximately 7 seconds for optimum results. Cracked or leaking indirect waste connections should be repaired or replaced. A mid-cycle check. Open the doors during the flush and make sure upper spray jets are not plugged and that both arms are turning. Check for water spraying underneath the spray bases or shooting past the compression nuts. During the rinse cycle, rinse aid is dispensed. Measure the cc's and then poured back into the machines. Are your dishes drying in 45 seconds? This is the ideal time the dishes should dry and sheet. If they're not drying in this time, we may have to adjust the amount of rinse aid based on temperature of the machine. Lower fill line check. Examine the fill line for leaks while the machine is filling. Mineral buildup or staining on the fittings may indicate leaks when the machine is idle or cold. After we've run the dish machine, here's where we perform our sanitizer check. Check the parts per million as soon as the machine stops, using test strips for proper levels. For dish machines, CL and Super H should be at 50 to 100 parts per million. In 3-compartment sinks, the QA sanitizer should be at 200 parts per million. Ultra QA should be between 200 and 400 parts per million. Confirm there are extra test strips available to the customer. Your water temperature check as soon as the machine stops. Minimum temperature is 120 degrees. Ideal wash temperatures, 140 to 160. Verify the thermometer lens is not cracked and that the dial markings are legible. Every service report is to have temperature and sanitation. This is whether you're doing a routine service or an emergency service report. Your door operation and hardware. Check for smooth operation of the doors. Relieve the sharp edges on the doors or the guides to prevent premature wear on the guides. Check for missing door guide screws. Check the doors are not binding on the tables. Check the door bar pivot bolts. Check the bar spring assembly and mounting hardware. Check the top of the doors to make sure they are not bent out and letting water spray out. Check your water level, a key item for results, customers' costs, and our chemical costs. Adjust the regulator and reset the fill level to optimize. The machine level. A water line at the rear of the pan should be parallel across the width of the machine. Machines should never lean rearward and only slightly forward if at all. Check the scrap traps if your customer has one. Check and clean the scrap trap and the screens. Basket wells are intact. Handles on the tray basket are in place. Check the lower screen is installed properly and leaning back at a 45-degree angle. Check the exterior of the machine and the labels. Machines should only have the correct autoclave system data plate, our contact information, procedures and sanitizer check, and the NSF labels. Replace any of the labels that are worn. Remove all items from the top of the machine. Clean and polish all areas visible to the customer, including the leg set and scrap box. Check your product levels. Change containers and rotate your stock as needed. Restock a par level to a 6-week supply. Go back and check off operating procedures and make the appropriate comments. Check your dispensers and other equipment. Check surrounding area for leaks from sinks, plumbing, and appearance areas. Note any defects on the service report and bring it to the manager's attention. Replace any worn autoclave system placards. Verify that all chemical dispensers are properly dispensing. Check for any siphoning. Replace any worn labels, fill the spray bottles, clean the spray bottles and dispensers. Dispense QA into a sanitizer bucket or spray bottle to test the solution. Wait until the foam in the solution dissipates. Test the solution with the proper test strip and log your parts per million on your customer service report. Your comments and recommendations. This is the most important part of the service report as it applies to merchandising your service and solutions. It is the perfect relationship builder. This is your chance to emphasize the value of your service to the customer. It also is an area to offer additional solutions to correct observations during your call. Things that you want to write in the comments and recommendation areas. What you found. What was the conditions when you got there? What did you do and the actions taken? And how does it benefit your customer, or how does it add value to your customer? Review with your customer the service you perform. Take the time to point out all that you have done for them on this service call. Include the use of any buzz or action words when completing the service performed section. Again, always include the temperature and sanitation level on every report. Here are some buzz action phrases that you can use in writing in your comments and recommendations sections. Adding additional products. Review with the customer other article or products that will fit into their operation. Merchandise the service you perform for them and how these products can improve their overall operation. Remember the three basics. Are you being helpful? Are you being useful? And are you being beneficial to your customer? Always add value to your products, performance, and service. Look at existing products that are being sold to your customer. Are products being used safely? Are SDS sheets for the products properly posted? Can you reduce the number of products being purchased? Can you reduce the usage of products by installing dispensing equipment for your customer? Mr. Customer, let me introduce you to Special. Not only is it an ideal pre-soak for removing dried on greasy food soils, penetrates and quickly dissolves potato, rice, and other starchy soils, it is also a great multi-surface cleaner for floors, walls, painted surfaces, and tabletops. Let me show you how it works. The last part of your service report is very important. Encourage your customer to write comments. Ask how can we improve our service, even what they like about your service. After you service the account, the service report is not complete without a signature. Find the owner, manager, or key personnel and review it with them. Their signature on the service report indicates you have reviewed any concerns if future questions arise. Shake the customer's hand and thank them for their business. Learn more about the customer service report and how to merchandise your service by talking to your manager, regional manager, vice president, or contact a training